Hello, everyone. I hope you're all having a good. It is Wednesday today, right? Or having a good Wednesday. Hope you've been having a good week so far. We are back again with Celeste. We're going to be continuing on with 7C3 as we've been doing the last while. Hello, Austie. Good to see you. It is Wednesday. Okay, thank you for confirming, dude, and it's very good to see you too. For a moment, I thought I was just completely losing track of my days, because it's been that kind of week for me. But thankfully, still had opportunities to jump back in, and hopefully, we can make some progress today. I'm not expecting much early on here, but yeah. That's about right for what I expected for today. For early on, at any rate. Ow. And if anyone's not familiar with why I named today's stream what I named it, it's basically because we're doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I wasn't going to attribute it to anybody because it's one of those that's very commonly misattributed. But you're very good at doing that sometimes. I think we all are, honestly. We're very we're all very prone at going like, well, come on now, that should have worked. Let's try it again. Okay, again, you know. So on and so forth. In reality, you know, it takes adjustments, but darn, I was hoping I could just squeak by that time. I knew I was too far left, but I was like, maybe. Let me see, where was the point where we basically got to last time? Just we started getting like the wall bounces, and we started like getting to this cloud. I don't think I've hit that that spring yet right there. But that being said, on as a big picture type of thing, that was improvement. I just need to warm up again. The downside going away from a game for part of a week. Have you ever played any Souls games? I have not. So there was actually a discussion about this the other day. I don't remember exactly what all I said other than, like, I've been actually a little intimidated to even try. I think I have a couple of them in my library, but I have not ever really touched them. Oh. got into Duskblood's network test. Ah, nobody's seen any gameplay, so you're very curious. Yeah, I don't think I myself could help you in that situation. If one of the other usual visitors for Celeste shows up, maybe maybe they might be able to help out a little bit more. Dang it. You think Hollow Knight and Silksong boosted your confidence to where if the game is good enough you can persevere? And you really enjoyed Elden Ring, although that's the so-called easy one. Yeah, and Elden Ring has kind of the confounding factor of it could very well be the easy one out of all of them, but also there have been so many Souls games at this point that people who are veterans of the series might find it easier, if that makes sense. You know, and be like, oh, well, this one's just so easy, you know. And they forget, like, they've played these for years, you know? You're curious if the game is going to be good since nobody on the Earth besides devs has seen more than 10 seconds? Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I could not say one way or the other on that. It was your first, you still gotta play Demon Souls and the one aggro crab made. Hey, Synonimo, how's it going? Feels like it's been a little while. Good to see you. Oh, there we go. I completely messed that up. I clicked there. Definitely a misinput. That was my fault. But we are starting to get back to where we were pretty consistently getting last time. The warm-up is warming up. It's doing what it's supposed to, even if I'm dying a lot sooner right now. But yeah, how have you been? It's been a little bit, Pseudonimo. What you been up to, if you're willing to share? Another one for the Carol of Owls. That reminds me I need to set up my side chat because OBS is definitely not updating things the way it should lately. Hold on. A 2-second breather while we take care of that. It's been kind of rough. How about... Oh, I'm so sorry to hear it. Things have been rough. It's been kind of chaotic on my end as well with, Oh. Sorry, I got pinged for something there. I got distracted a little bit. It's okay, dude. But yeah, it's been a little chaotic around here between injuries and weather-related stuff taking out our power and internet at times and all that fun stuff. It's probably not, like, the worst compared to what a lot of others have been going through lately, but it's still been pretty, crazy. Ow. I hope I hope even though things are rough that you're doing okay. Again, I was hoping I could just squeak by, but no. The precision be precisioning, you know. It be demanding that I be better than I currently am. I'd like to at least get back to that one spring, please. If I could perhaps ask for a small favor from this game. The answer is apparently no. I have to work for it still. As I always do in this game. Definitely got to get back in my swing here. But we're early on, so. The good news is you're going to be doing better in the next period. I'm glad that you're going to be doing better. I'm glad that things are looking up. Eventually, we'll get back to where we were. More consistently, I should say. I was too far left. Diagonal dashes of despair. striking exactly when I don't need them to. Okay, I wasn't sure I was gonna clear that time, honestly. Over that set of spikes. Imagining since you're on controller, you could set an unused button to up dash or right dash. Let me see, what would that even... Oh, yeah, that was me double checking because muscle memory and all that fun stuff. Okay, that's jump. That's dash. I caught myself that time. That one's also dash. It would definitely be a adjustment, but I might look into that in a moment here. Well, so good to see you, Autumn Shine Spark. I hope you're doing well. Of course, it doesn't help if I just dash directly to the left on that. That was exactly my fault there, because I didn't turn around. You were just trying out a Celeste mod that was more fun than you expected. Oh! You have my curiosity. One specific button for just one direction while all the others are normal control sounds for a recipe, like a recipe for disaster. I can see where you're coming from on that point too, just because like although I'm using just these two buttons, you know, like adjusting to the upper buttons, like I could accidentally hit ones I don't need to in the midst of everything. Also, how are you doing, Supsy? Hope you're doing well. Oh, I am going to... I am probably going to mangle this name. It's called Arphimagons D-Sides? Or Arphimagons? It's meant to be played after 8C, but doesn't require farewell. Can't complain. Well, I'm glad to hear things are going decently, Supsy. Whew. That came way closer than it probably should have. And then I died anyway. Oh, gosh. As you can see, we're going through our usual cycle of I need to warm up in order to get back to my to where I was consistently last time. And it was not my intent to get the big bounce off of that, but that's just how it happened that time. Yeah, I'm really not looking forward to the death count, even if I should be proud of it. You know, that I died that many times and still kept going. That was definitely way too far left. Maybe I just need to fully let go of the analog stick between between certain dashes where possible. Just so they return to neutral. I imagine this may be part of my issue. Is that my thumb is just resting on the stick. So that sometimes the input that came before it ends up still being an issue. But it's just me pondering in the midst of everything. Trying to troubleshoot, if you will. That one wasn't exactly a case of that. Can we make this 3 for 3? Nope. And I'm glad for it. Reframe it, you know, a little bit. I failed to throw myself into the spikes that time. Ow. I succeeded there, though. Honestly, I thought I was gonna die a lot sooner on that attempt. Could try using the starting cloud to practice the short hop, maybe. I know it's the left direction in this case, but just more the getting the feel for how quick I need to be here. Yeah, that was definitely too long there. Since I got the extra little boost signifier there. Holding my breath a little too much on that one. Just barely slipped by the spikes there. I think I'm probably getting the short hop. It's just at least off of this cloud. That should be good enough, yeah. And then I just missed getting into the spike there. The spring. I keep mixing up my SP words when I'm talking. I don't like how I keep doing that. It's funny for a little bit. Oh gosh, I'll have to read that in just a second there. Okay, been wanting to try out editing for a bit now. Do you have any tips based on personal experience? Unfortunately, I have nothing that I can hand over. I have not edited any video content whatsoever personally. Like just little snippets here and there, but not anything drastic. Like, I couldn't tell you what software to use. I couldn't tell you, like, any tips or tricks in that regard, unfortunately. It's something I've wanted to look into. For various reasons. You know, just for fun, or for cutting down some of these VODs into something a little more, bite-sized for folks. Why is this editing thing you speak of sounds time-consuming? Yeah, if anyone has ever looked at Dude's channel, it's very much, you know, like stream of consciousness. What we say is what ends up in the video, usually. You know, we go, like, just straight through. We don't really cut much of anything unless something goes, wrong, and then we have to do, like, a, countdown, count back for, like, a short little snippet out or something. We don't have a lot of extra time, unfortunately, to learn things. It sounds like fun. It would definitely be a useful skill to have. I encourage folks who are interested to get into it. Got impatient there, I think. Ow. Sadly, just don't have the time for editing. Minor cuts or joins, nothing major, all very basic. Yeah. Greatly appreciate all video editors out there, though, because good lord, some of y'all folks work magic. Just... And when that's coming from a witch, that's... that's high praise. It's like, that's a magic I don't comprehend. I messed that up probably by doing the diagonal there, I think. I may have also been just too far left in general there. You're thinking mostly highlights of unused stream VODs, obviously giving proper credit. And that is definitely a type of thing that's very much in demand right now, is just making little bite-sized snippets of funny moments of funny or cool or exciting moments of all the various streams out there, because goodness knows we don't none of us have time to watch literally every streamer out there, but you know, and I appreciate all the time that y'all spent with me. You have so many other folks you could be watching, and you know, here you are watching me, you know, throw myself repeatedly into spikes and Celeste and dying over and over, and I very much appreciate y'all, you know. Oh goodness, I didn't realize I was gonna hit that. I thought I was gonna be dead. Oh, dang it. Curses! One of these times we'll get past that choke point again. We were starting to do decently last time. We definitely need to get our warm-up more into gear here. I think almost an hour is long enough for a warm-up. Today's hands. Let's see. Oh gosh, I'm gonna regret looking at this. Almost 8 hours just spent on this level. Yeah, I would very much encourage anyone who's interested in video editing to do so. To look into that. There's gonna be so many resources out there. I just haven't had personally the time to avail myself. Heck, sometimes I found myself without the, or oftentimes I should say, I found myself without the time to go back and fix up some of these thumbnails now that I've gotten a little, just a wee bit better at them, I think. You know, and start mixing things up so I'm not just constantly using the same one over and over for every part of a very long stream series. Oh, there we go. No, I missed the wall bounce. Well, we made it past that cloud. That's still slight improvement over what we were doing for the last hour. I'll take it. Why did I suddenly change my button input there? I didn't mean to do that. That was not the time to jump again there, Kami. You were already mid-air. Clean jump off the cloud for sure. Yeah, I thought it was looking pretty good there too. Oh, that one didn't look good though. I messed that one up. Now I just need to get back to my, well, I need to get back to that point, consistently, and I need to get my wall bounce, groove back. Way too early on that, probably. You put enough hours into 5C, you just need to hit it once. Yeah. Fingers crossed that if I hit it once, that it's going to be the downhill, as in the easy part of this level. At that point. Shoot. Yeah. Okay, well, I got to the cloud over there again. I just, can't seem to remember, without panicking first, what to be doing right around here. I probably need to get a big bounce and then curve around and over to get that. Downhill is a strong word, maybe more like leveling out. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Fair enough. As is tradition at this point, anytime I make a big bit of progress, we're right back here again. I missed. It might just be me enjoying the ball bounce mechanic way too much, but 5C was the seaside where you died the least on. I don't remember, I don't remember at this point the number of deaths at the... we'll have to, check in if hopefully we can get through this. That's just normal for 7C. I mean, fair enough, yeah. I'm just going... Like, it's been more than 7C for me with this game. And I think for a couple of games before that, too, where it's like, I made progress. Now I'm going to die over and over. Much sooner. 5C was probably your third longest seaside so far, behind 3 and this one. Yeah, this one's taking a while. We'll get there. Eventually we'll get there. I was way too far left on that. Yeah, this one is definitely the longest so far. I just don't remember how many deaths for some of them, though. Yet another one for Carol of the Owls. If I ever did video editing, that would probably be one of the one of the first things is the Carol of the Owls. Just try to cut together all those clips into a Christmas Carol. The Owl compilation, indeed. Want to say 5C was 2K-ish? Could be misremembering. That sounds about right. Wonder if assist mode's dash assist would help get used to your analog directions? I'm not sure, honestly. I haven't been playing with assist mode this whole time, so I genuinely, like, I think it's been mentioned before about trying to play on assist mode, but I genuinely do not know what it really does for me, if that makes sense. You know, like what exactly assist mode would assist me with that type of thing. Definitely messed that up. You can be as broken as you want to be. Infinite dashes, bounce off pits, or you can just give yourself like one extra dash. Ah. As for the other options, you don't know. It basically pauses the game until you let go of the dash button and let you choose the dash direction, or just slows the game 10%. Well, think about that. I'm not sure I'm quite at the point where I'm feeling like I want to use it. It's useful for practice. I can see that. It's a huge menu of options. Beware though, it does put a sticker of shame on the save file. And see, I'm not really worried about like the sticker of shame. I'm just going like, you know, I feel like I can eventually do this, but I'm not like super duper like feeling I'm going to absolutely need it. Yeah, it's valid if you use it. I don't want to make it sound like anyone who has used it, you know, it's like poo on you. No, it's just going like I kind of want to, you know, hit my head against the wall a bit more before I decide like, yeah, okay, we'll use it. You know. Pretty sure the save file tag goes away when you're disabled, unlike cheat mode, with is permanent. In like 2021, you used to get all achievements because you didn't know any better. You since sounded legit though. Shoot. I overcorrected on that one. I was like, I was too far right. And then what did I do? I diagonaled up left there. Stuff happens. Last time you cleared Farewell, you just made yourself invincible for the Archipelago randomizer and then only did the last room legit. I feel like, you know, also in case of a randomizer, you know, that's, you're already playing with, weird rule set and such. So it's like, at times that may be, like, the only way you can make progress. in order to get the checks for everybody else's randomizer, you know. Because that's the fun thing about Archipelago, it's multiple randomizers all interacting with each other. I completely messed that up. I did not get a good bounce, I think. Off of the spring, that is. It was the ending point, so you were like, alright, don't mind, it would take me like 3 hours. Bounce is fine, you stopped holding right midway for some reason. I don't know why I did that then. You can also turn on infinite stamina in assist mode. Most options are accessibility for those struggling. Yeah. But you can also use it to get to a further section and practice it more. Yeah, I can definitely see use cases. I can definitely see use cases for it. It's below continue on the file select screen. Oh, I see. Okay, I was like, hold on, let me check. Of course it's not the file select screen, it's... We're in the middle of the level right now, Kami. Yeah, file select screen, not pause screen. Yeah, I had an automatic reaction to go like, hey, let's go look at the file select screen, and just my brain is kind of, the brain power is on trying to get through this and not exactly thinking about like what about the difference between the pause screen and the file select screen, apparently. I messed that up. Remember, it's save and quit, not exit to map. It won't take long to redo the first 2 screens. Yeah, we'll take a quick the save and quit, climb. Yeah, there's the assist mode option. Gotcha. Believe in you to pull this off without assistance. Oh, thank you, Supsy. Somehow it just always cracks me up, like the dashing right into the spikes right there. It's just like, really, this again? And there, too. I made it to that cloud. I just needed to do an up left diagonal, I think, there. And I messed that up. Just a little hook back left, yeah. Diagonals of death and doom. Up left diagonal isn't good enough in your experience. Needs to be left drift and up dash. Or at least that's the only way you got it to work. Gotcha. Okay. Hey Hawkeye, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. We're still shooting for that one record, apparently. I mean, I don't want to get to that record, but, no, you can also go below, just don't know how. Yeah, folks were mentioning there's, like, a tech that can be done that very experienced players can do, but below is a hyper off the cloud. Yeah, that's probably not happening for me. So even if it's the long way, know the feeling. As long as you don't hit 1 billion tests, everything is fine. You don't need to hyper, it's tight, but you can hop off the cloud and double dash to the spring? Stretch my hands a little bit at the moment because starting to get a little fatigue going on here. With the hyper, it's free. Without, you don't know if that's any easier than above. Yeah, possibly a tad harder. The issue is actually reaching the spring before falling too far. I don't know why I keep doing a left dash there and not a diagonal. We'll get that sorted somehow. Ow. And that is not how I'm supposed to correct it. Hands, that's not how that's not how you fix the issue. That's an overcorrection. We need somewhere in the middle. Thank you. You've officially hit your limit with the wheelchair situation. Haven't heard anything in 2 weeks now. Either the shop is completely overwhelmed or they're ignoring you internally. Like you're calling. Yeah, I would definitely start shaking the tree on that one. You've been going through this for like already way too long, and things finally started to move, and now they're back at a standstill. That just ain't right. Been at least a month at this. Oh yeah, come November it'll be a year. It has been a long road. It has been ridiculous. You're gonna say you've definitely been hearing about the wheelchair situation way longer than a month. Yeah, it's been utterly ridiculous. Dang it. I failed the wall bounce. I almost had a kick that got me the refill anyway. Just missed it. Or perhaps it felt closer than it really was. You tell me. Because I can't instant replay it right now, unfortunately. The backlog you can semi-forgive because you're used to dealing with it yourself, but the complete lack of communication you can't forgive. Yeah, that's the thing that gets me too. That's the big thing. Like, stuff happens. Sometimes utterly ridiculous backlogs happen. But the lack of communication is just completely unacceptable. You know a thing or two about backlogs. Osty calling me out. Osty calling me out live on stream. We're definitely talking about different backlogs. But... it's not like there's countless games I still have to play. That are in my library that I have never played. Bringing that back to the editing discussion that was happening earlier, you know, like that was... I need to get back to part of the idea behind starting the channel in the first place, which was, you know, breaking through that backlog and going through and being like, yeah, I didn't give this one a fair shot when it came out. I feel bad about this. Or, no, you should have stayed at the bottom of the backlog or something like that, you know? Doing like little bite-sized review type of things. Who's an adult gamer doesn't have a massive game backlog these days? I mean, true. Really, all of my, there we are. Okay. Shoot, I messed it up. I needed the bigger bounce there, and I didn't. I got impatient. Anyway, really any type of entertainment related hobby that I have has a backlog, and crafting has a backlog too. So it's really ridiculous. You know, I've got a gaming backlog, I've got a reading backlog, I've got a project backlog for my crochet. Yeah, we were actually just talking about that, Osty. There is a way to go through the right spikes, but it's either. Let's see. There's some debate as to whether it can be done just standard dash and try to get back up, or if it has to be like a hyper that has to happen here. Like, trust me, I did look at it too, and I was like, maybe. Too much time on the cloud. There. You would say maybe hyper, but at the same time, if you can hit the hitbox of the spring with a northeast jump, you don't know. Yeah, for me right now, I'm gonna try to be going the long way, because I'm not entirely sure whether I can squeeze that there. I messed that up. We're at least more consistently getting over here, though. Oh. And right back to face planting. I need to keep my big mouth shut sometimes. I messed it up again. Unfortunate. Okay. And that was where practice mode could come into play. Yeah, I can see that too. You've done it with hypers multiple times in a row. It's pretty free if you're good at them. Autumn has done it without, and in your opinion, it sounds slightly harder than going over is, although haven't tested. If you hop early, you could go for the low route, but it's quick. Yeah. That's what I'm kind of thinking, is next time I mess up the cloud, like, I might as well, you know, try to go for the low route because, you know, I'm dead either way there because the cloud's gone, so. If it works, though. Because you used to suck at clouds. You're tempted to go test it right now, but you're working on Lego? What type of Lego set are you working on, Austin? Out of curiosity. Or have you already told me and I've completely forgotten? Because that's entirely possible with most of the brain cells going on this. Semi-nice thing about over that is that it's a trick I've already done in 7B and even a slightly easier variation. But yeah, we'll see when we get there. What exactly ends up happening. It's still the Rayquaza. Only been doing a bag or two a day. Ah, gotcha. That's a good pace, actually, though. Practicality, I know what the answer is because technically I'm not in the computer system yet because there's only one person who deals with the insurance company, but you're tired of excuses. Yeah, I would be after almost a year. I think most Celeste players aren't crazy enough to go back and replay 7B just to refresh their memory. I mean, that's a fair point. Not to jump out of their spot in the line, so to speak, here. If I had an alternate save file, maybe I would do that, but... Like, I could save and quit and then go double check. More in the sense it's not completely unfamiliar. Yeah. I get what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down, I think, there. Ow. And I'm also picking up a bunch of spikes in my face. If you really wanted to, you can make a second save and enable cheat mode to unlock all levels at once. That might be something to consider at a... like, at some point in the future, I think. Right now, just kinda... ow. Just kinda ow. You know how it is. You know, I say things about what I would consider, and then I keep forgetting to add the one fox skin too, with the mod. Shop themselves said you'd have a new chair by the end of 2025. Mind you, this was almost a year ago, so don't trust the timelines. Yeah. Be faster to just look up the upwind flags in your own VODs. Yeah, probably. Upsy Madeline. We might be at this one for a while yet. But yeah, considering end of 2025 was 6 months ago on its own, yeah, I definitely don't trust that timeline either, Hawkeye. I don't trust any new timelines they might give you at this point. Well over half a year ago. And as you said, coming up on a full year. Like, at this point, I wonder, you know, I'm not entirely sure what would be worse, like the thought that somehow your case is special and everybody else is being helped, or your case is one of many that has been delayed in this way. Because they're bad in different ways, you know? Because one would think that in your situation they would be prioritizing fixing this, you know? Because it's been so long. The other thing you can think of is that issue with quick inputs. You're holding a direction to move and think I'd switch directions for the dash, then press the dash button, but you press dash first. Yeah, that was a thought that I had actually had earlier, was like, should I like be deliberately letting go of my of the analog stick so it returns to neutral before I input my next dash, you know? So that they're not influencing each other. Oh, thank goodness, I got the wall bounce. Oh! Well, I messed up the second, but I could actually dash through there, apparently. I was expecting to run face first into the spikes there, in all honesty. Exactly, either they're so overwhelmed they can't do the job, or they're deliberately ignoring. Honestly sure which. If hadn't seen the new chair, you'd say it doesn't exist. Yeah. Had to wait for one hand to finish because it was slower. Nice job on the dash. Thank you. I made it through and immediately was like, oh my god, what do? You know? Yeah, like I was saying, I was expecting face first into the spikes there. Yeah, I wonder why I would be expecting that. As I do it again, right in that spot. I'll read that in just a moment. Curses, I missed it. Doing it that way looks like it'll require dashing through the gap quite high, because you did not have the height off of just one up dash. Yeah, that I'd have to be shooting a bit higher with that and somehow not and somehow only getting my hair combed by the spikes and not anything more violent than that. But hey, there's options, you know? And the spring won't bounce you as high, so it's a think fast moment. Gotcha. Either that or somehow get the first dash diagonal. Is that even possible? Ooh, that's a good question. I'm not going to test that theory deliberately, but I guess we might find out accidentally in the course of things. Oh no. Something was just so funny about missing the refill on that one. Yeah, I jumped over it. Something was just so funny, it actually kind of paralyzed me for a moment, like, really? How did I do that? Hitting the spring from below means you're fairly low for the upcoming part, although it's still designed with that in mind for the hyper, so it should be doable. Yeah, that was a moment where if if y'all could have seen my face when I went over the dash refill at that moment. If you all could have seen my expression, I was dumbfounded and I did not recover until I was already dead. I was like, what? How did I do that? That time. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, it seems like it's built to be doable in that spot. I'm just... My first thought is that when I get back there, I should probably try to do the big bounce over so that I have the height. But it's a backup plan for if I'm going to die anyway, you know? Imagining the dash refill watching you fall like Mufasa in The Lion King. No! I'm imagining me going, ah! And the dash refill is Simba going, no! Oh my gosh. That was an amazing mental image. And this is why I need to learn video editing. Long live the Queen! I will try to compose myself for these next few attempts here. I have a case of the giggles now, thank you. You're a silly fox. I appreciate you. Oh my gosh, I really needed that laugh actually. Yeah, missing the wall bounce in the normal way just doesn't tickle me like that. Okay. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, I did not get the bounce I should have. I interrupted it with a dash. That was my bad. I'm pretty sure that's what happened, at any rate. The I don't know what I expected to happen there moment. I may actually be in need of like a quick BRB in a moment, so I can refill my tea. Especially since I was impatient enough to die there. Like I don't think I've quite managed that one yet. Up to that point. That one's happened a few times. Okay, let's see. How far do we get on this one before I just go, I need to refill my tea? To about there. Okay. So we will sit tight for a few minutes here. Y'all be sure to hydrate, take care of any snacking or stretching that you may need to do. We'll be back very shortly. And yeah, see you in like 7 minutes or so. Boo! I'm back early. Ah. Did you get a phone call? No, not yet, Hawkeye. I did have to take a quick BRB because of needing to refill my drink. We're back to it in a moment here. Had to go stretch, had to get refill on my tea. So I'm powered up for the remainder of this. Kami caught dude hiding things from her. That was not intentional. That was not at all intentional. The fun of packages showing up, yeah. The fun of it being a special day for me and dude not too long from now. Hands probably appreciated the break. I'm sure they did. At least Kami doesn't know what I was hiding. Yeah, I definitely missed that part. Getting my hands warmed up again, though. That's the... It's not as bad as earlier. It's not like I was away for a whole day or two again. Or several. Yeah, there's downsides to the getting back to the one schedule. But it's always fun to mix in some new stuff, so I don't feel too bad about it. Come on. There we go. The reaction of, there we go, no we don't. It's always a classic. I'm still giggling about Long Live the Queen, though. That was, oh my gosh, if we could still clip on YouTube that and the following the actual missed jump and that, like, man, that's a definitely a boy, I wish I could video edit type of moment. Lisa's birthday was yesterday, and we're exactly 7 years and 10 months apart. To quote Indiana Jones, it's not the years, it's the mileage. But yeah, to explain the date in this case, it's more of a milestone of a relationship, we shall say. She reminded me that my birthday is in 2 months, and it's like, thanks, kid. I feel old enough. I feel that way all the time. I missed the wall bounce again. It's like I at this point my trying to find words. Sometimes remembering birthday is just going like, oh, yay, another year, you know, but because sometimes I do feel really old. Especially if I talk about things that were back in my day. And folks are just like, what? What do you mean the internet sounded like a demon when you tried to log in? What do you mean pictures used to take minutes to load? What do you mean you remember a time before Google and YouTube? Oh gosh, well, I almost cleared the spikes that time. I meant to do a diagonal dash there, but that was a little farther than I'd gotten before. The number never bothers you, but the mileage definitely does. Back in my day, you had Internet Explorer and Netscape. Yep. And anyone who was anyone had a GeoCities webpage. Yep. And if you were really somebody, at least in the anime hobby, if you were really somebody, you had your GeoCities webpage was listed on the Anime Web Turnpike. You used to have to use Mosaic. Mosaic definitely is ringing a bell. I don't remember using it, but... Shoot. My eyes drifted and that's why that happened. Back when USB was new. Good grief, I'm... Yeah, we used to have physical versions of the save icon, didn't we? Wow, it hurt me to even phrase it that way. We had floppy disk, which is the entire reason the save button looks like that. Yeah, phrasing it even as a joke like that hurt me for a moment there. Very first browser with a GUI. It's to parallel and serial ports. The fun of many different plugs before a USB. Yeah. Yeah. I got halfway through that jump and I'm like, I'm dead. Unfortunately, but we're starting to make it there a little more often. Not quite consistently, but a little bit more often. I was holding my breath for a moment there. On that early spring there. Ow. The fun of beta testing new computers before they were released for accessibility as a kid, you learn fast. I bet, yeah. You're in that slightly younger boat where you've heard of everything I'm talking about but haven't fully experienced them. Yeah, and that was a window of time when things were really starting to like move fast. You know, as far as tech advancements were being made. Get a sip of tea. Early internet was a thing. Nothing was uniform, and who knows what you would find intentionally or not. Yeah. You had to be like very, very careful about how you input some websites. A slight typo could lead to a completely different experience, and I'm only gonna refer to it in that regard. Nowadays, kids don't even know what AV cables are, let alone a CRT or a VCR. Yeah, fair. Yeah. That just is wild to me, but from what I've seen, it's true. If I'm being completely honest, I'm surprised you're the one who's brought up VCR, Austin. That's a positive surprise moment. Just going like, I was expecting either, I was expecting Dude to bring it up or potentially Subsea to bring it up, you know. Or Hawkeye to bring it up. Kids don't even know optical media anymore unless they own a PS5. Dude out here with the Betamax mic drop. The format war before HD DVD versus Blu-ray versus streaming versus everything else. Oh, and although since Dude brings up Betamax, Laserdisc mic drop. Oh, there it is. Hawkeye brought it up. Hawkeye brought it up too. You're like a generation behind in terms of tech, and leave it at that. Glad to be the way I am though, because it lets you appreciate the old stuff. Yeah, I will say, from our conversations, Austin, it's been a real breath of fresh air compared to a lot of folks just going like, no, I don't want to play that older game. It looks too old. And then I have to set aside like my emotional wound on that one, you know. Do need to test that Laserdisc player we found. Yeah, we do. By the time you were old enough to be conscious, VCR was already legacy tech, still in use, but everything new was DVD. You're old enough to know the difference between 3.5 and 5 1/4. Oh boy. Hey Toast, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. What you got for food? Out of curiosity, we've been chatting about back in our day, you know, for a moment there. At least some of us. Oh, I was too far right on that. Let's see. Shaking the fist at the kids on the lawn, your lawn that hate old games. Now you find that stuff super interesting. You're having a dysphoria day, but at least you got chicken and potatoes. Well, the chicken and the potatoes sound really good. I'm very sorry to hear you're having a rough day today. Say not tube tech, that was before me, before the CRT, yeah. And Hawkeye finally biting the bullet and slowly replacing DVD collection with digital when it's on sale. See, in my case, a lot of the time I'm looking for that hard copy and just going like, I'll find room. I'll find room somewhere. I'll find room on a shelf. back in Toast going, back in my day we had VHS and there was no streaming and it was a chase if you missed it on it was a chase. If you missed it on TV, you missed it unless you were rich and had DVR. Yep. Everybody running during the commercial break and somebody sits behind the TV yelling, "It's on!" Let's see, dude, now this sounds odd, but back in my day, even a bad game was fun, mostly because it was what you had and there were not a lot of choices. Yeah. You just realized from that you confused VCR and VHS in your previous message? Oh, did I? Did I just... Oh, no, I completely understood what you meant. I'm just going... Yeah, VCR... Jumping to DVD, yeah, that one tracks though. You have a two-pronged issue, you're out of physical storage for DVD and your DVDs are aging. Yeah, there's that problem. Now, I know a lot of DVDs well kept should be good for a while, at least in theory. I'm pretty sure that Blu-ray is much the same way, but the unfortunate thing about Blu-ray is when we start hearing about Sony moving away from physical, since Sony, I believe, still owns the format. How much longer a Blu-ray is going to be a thing. Lately, you keep being startled from weird dreams, like brain whose side are you on? Oof. Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we made it into that zone for the first time. We made it into that zone for the first time. That's improvement. That is improvement. I count that as improvement. Okay. We're starting to get there. We're starting to get there. Manufactured DVDs should be fine for decades. Writable DVDs have some issues depending on manufacturer and how well they made the disc. Yeah. Yeah, it's a PB. Let's go. Let's look at this again real quick, because, yeah, I think... Yeah, it's probably a good idea to go through the zone in your head before going into it. Yeah, that was exactly what I was doing before I backed out there. Yeah, I've looked at this a few times, but now that we're starting to look like we're getting here, I should review it. So I probably want to be higher up, as high up as I can manage, like right here, when I go in. in terms of dropping down to get this first dash crystal. Is what I'm thinking. Dash. Right dash. Up dash. Up dash. Might be a slightly delayed up dash. Or possibly a diagonal there. Curve around. Horizontal, diagonal. Horizontal, diagonal. Diagonal. The opposite diagonal. The opposite diagonal again. The Revenge of the 5C Dash Crystal Maze, right? Decided a while back to transition to Apple for new content, specifically because you can download the content to your own hard drives and buy everything else on sale. Ah. Do you remember when the Game Boy SP was a massive deal because the backlight screen? Yeah. Oops. And before then, playing the Game Boy outside because parents going like, "Oh, you need to get sun," but also you don't want to be indoors, like having the lights in the house on. Like it's a waste of energy. Which, you know, is not exactly a bad point, either of those. Just relaying how things went. You got grounded because your dad told you to go play outside and took the GBS. Adam was playing on the porch. You with the Light Boy, which is a screen clamp with the tiny light bulb hooked up to a AA battery. And see, now you're just reminding me of like some of the other attachments and whatnot, like the like that one printer that was released for one of the Game Boy iterations. I can't remember off the top of my head which one it was, but that was kind of a big deal when it happened. Or at least the advertisement for it made it a big deal. You still have the Game Boy printer and camera and the e-reader for all that was worth in the USA. In Child U's defense, you were experiencing Pokemon for the first time. Hey, that's valid. Yet another owl for the chorus. Oh, I messed it up. Unfortunate. On the topic of physical media, if anyone has 3DS cartridges, make sure to give them some life every so often, as they have a chip or something in them that makes them not work after a while. Ooh, I hadn't heard about that before. I know that some old Game Boy cartridges are probably dying because they need a new battery and whatnot, but that is good to know. I do still have my 3DS, so I should probably check in on a few of those. Especially some of my RPGs. I don't want to have to replace them and then replay them. I mean, they were fun, don't get me wrong, but they take a lot of time. Still got your old GBA, it doesn't turn on anymore, gotta figure out how to fix it? I'm sure someone has a teardown type of video to figure out, like, you know, this part is this part is this, you know. Failed in exactly the same spot, but we got back there. You modded your 3DS and put custom ROMs on it? Neat. You know, that's something that in theory I should look into one of these days. Is modding some of my old handhelds and consoles. Or at least finding a reasonably cheap one, you know, and then modding that one. So I have my original, and then arguably a backup, you know? Not the best with text, so kind of worried about trying it yourself, but it also needs a shell. Some are definitely, I think, easier to work with than others from what I've seen. I'm not quite sure where the GBA falls on the scale. Speaking of good movie deals, the entire Toy Story collection is on sale for $70, which is $30 cheaper than buying the individual films. Moved and traveled too much. All of the childhood handhelds and consoles were sold while downsizing or lost. Oh no! I'm especially sorry to hear about the lost ones. Moving in general sucks, yeah. I can start making it back to the, if we can make it back... Come on. Let's see, since we made it to that first dash crystal in this area, let's see. I'll be thrilled if I can make it like over this little curve here today. I'll be thrilled. We're gonna set that as a relative goal for us on with half an hour left to go on stream here. It is what it is. The rich life experience was worth it. But you'll never get those hours in Pokemon White back. Oh no. And see, that's exactly what I mean, you know, like with the RPGs. Like, I don't want to have to redo that, you know? And let's see, Hawkeye, Toy Story 5 isn't bad, but you do have a few historical issues. Hey, Ant, how's it going? Alright, we're gonna get Kami to play a Kaizo Mario ROM hack, because frankly, I don't see a difference between this and that. Okay, so from what little I have seen of Kaizo Mario, I feel like this is definitely a little more, a little more doable in the sense that I can actually read what the heck that I'm supposed to do at times. Mario is way more slippery. There's that too. Wasn't much of a fan of Toy Story 4 or 5 personally, largely because the trilogy is so good. And see, I didn't mind 4. I have not yet seen 5, so if there's any, like, discussion of specifics on that, please hold that, for the time being. Have you played Mario Maker? Yes. I have played Mario Maker, and I've I made a few levels which are way gone because they were the Wii U era at the time. I didn't make a whole bunch for Mario Maker 2. Close enough to Kaizo, fair enough, yeah. Some of those levels really were. And I'm sure I caused a few people to curse with the levels that I built, so... Yeah, I messed that up myself there. After this, I think Kami is ready for I Wanna Be the Guy. Oh, I missed something. I was so close to being Dragon Quest IX. Think that device was left in an airport shuttle and never recovered. No, no. I Want to Be the Guy is how I learned about a bunch of other games. Yeah. That tracks. Let's see here. Steve Jobs was an executive producer on the original Toy Story and Toy Story 5 as an iPad. If you know the history at all, you see the irony. shoot. I meant to do the, to do straight up, but... Yeah, you actually plan on modding a classic Wii you bought a couple of weeks ago. Just got to order some supplies, mainly an SD card and USB storage. You know, that's something to actually think about for a moment. Now that I mentioned, like, there's a... You mentioned classic Wii. Dude, do we still have 2 of those because we each had one? Or did we actually get rid of them? Get rid of one of them at some point? Like, is mine still kicking around in a box somewhere? I'm pretty sure. We have both. Okay, yeah, so that might be a place to start, actually, since we already have a spare. If I were to start tinkering around with my consoles, or either of us, since we already had a spare. And a spare SNES, yeah. Which was your grandparents', Classic Wii as in not a Wii U, because Wii's are ridiculously easy to mod. Yeah, I've heard Wii U's aren't terrible either in terms of modding. Dang. Now, of course, I set myself a goal for where I wanted to get to today, and I'm just flopping here at the moment, but oh well. Progress was still made. There was still a PB, so I'm gonna try not to be too hard on myself for today. Toy Story 5 is a good story, but it might be sending the wrong message. We'll see. They're not bad, but since the Wii function for a Wii U is basically emulated, it's quirky with mods. Also, the Wii was under $100 at GameStop, so heck yeah, not passing that up. Yeah, that sounds about right for how common they were to see. Or, in general, how common they are, I should say. is considered retro, so usually they're a bit pricier. I mean, there's that aspect too, but again, just even when retro, like the availability in theory on the aftermarket should, quote unquote, be a factor in how much it is, you know? Still have old Wii games, played so much of the Wii at the time. Yeah, a lot of dudes in my early memories of our relationship was playing Wii games together. We had a lot of fun with co-op multiplayer stuff. And of course we played Smash Bros too, but you know. Kirby versus Peach was always a fun showdown. Can't stream House of the Dead overkill. Yeah, that was exactly the one I was thinking of, going, I'm not sure I can revisit that one on stream. Fun game. It does. There's some stuff where I'm like, it's a little questionable. Lot of fun, that game, though. You ended friendships in Mario Kart Wii after you outlapped everyone, along with the CPUs? Oh my gosh. Mario Kart and Mario Party, the friendship enders. Used to be totally normal about a small Smash Bros. Brawl mod called Project. I have actually heard about that. They basically changed Brawl into a competitive sequel to Melee and brought back Mewtwo, Doc, and Roy. If it's the anniversary you think it is for me and Dude, congratulations. I think it's oh gosh. Dude, help me out here. My brain is not thinky right now. Brain power is going towards game. An unofficial continuation project plus added Knuckles and a ton of new stages and stuff. Ah. Oh, sorry. Oh, Hawkeye was asking a question. Or not asking a question. I was asking a question. Hawkeye was saying if it's the anniversary that he thinks it is for us, and wishing congratulations. And I'm like, wait, hold up. Which one is it? course, there's always the fun part where it's like we met way earlier than the actual anniversary number would suggest. We're on the Steel anniversary. Ah. It's more than 10. Technically correct. If it's the because I think this one is what, 11? Dude, in terms of the actual anniversary, and then it's many years before that. A big difference that one vowel makes. Yeah, I was about to say, but I knew what you meant. I was about to say, that's a new set of anniversary themes. If what are the two previous ones on that particular set? Beg and borrow? Dude says home invasion. Oh my gosh. Welcome to our sense of humor, everybody. Oh, I was just too far right, I think, on that one. Dang. And that's what you thought? Ah, yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, either you have it right, or you might be estimating like a little too high. Because of how I was talking about remembering playing the Wii games and all that. Oh, I messed it up. Ah, unfortunate. Only started dating about 17 years ago. Only! Considering you and are slightly older than me and my girlfriend and I have been together for almost 16 years. It's either 10 or more. So yeah, that was a fair that was a fair estimate then. Before then we were like ships passing in the night. Indeed. We kept just missing each other. So many of the same interests put us in the same locations, and We even had friends in common. That was the kicker. That was the one just going like, what? How did we have friends in common and nobody even, like, it just didn't click, you know? Sadly, gotta go back to work and pretend to be a responsible adult. Hope you have a good day in stream. Thank you for stopping by, Toast. Please have a good rest of your day. Don't let them work you too hard. We're probably not going to be here for too much longer either today. I'm not sure we're getting that stretch goal, so to speak. Oh, hold on. Ow. Of course I messed up the dash right when I said hold on. But yeah. I'll try your best on that front. Please take care of yourself. My reaction time was messed up by the fact I didn't think I was gonna hit that cloud, honestly. Just threw off my whole plan of action following not getting the bounce. Well, we've got at least 3 minutes left of attempts in us here. Let's see if how much we can pull off. I'm feeling pretty good. There was a PB. Your girlfriend and girlfriend and I had nothing in common but had mutual college friends and were in a group talking about anime, and neither of us knew what was being discussed and started talking. It's funny how these things work sometimes. Sometimes it really is just happenstance. But it's funny that you mention anime, because one of the instances that I was referring to about like being in the same room was actually at an anime convention that we were both at. That was one of the times that we were ships passing in the night and never the wiser about each other. To give some context, you've seen exactly one anime in your life, but what was being discussed was weird even by Patch's standard, which is saying something. Oh dear. I don't think I'm going to be asking for details on this one for stream purposes, but I think I'm picking up what you're putting down here. Of course, I say that like I haven't watched a bunch of like weird direct-to-video ones. You know, just for the heck of it going, how bad can this be? And in a lot of cases, it's like, this really was bad. Some cases like, oh, I kind of get what they were getting at, but... Sometimes it's so bad it's good. Just mean to say 10 out of 10 on the scale. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, we're gonna throw in like maybe a couple more attempts here, see if we can make it back to that one area. We are technically going a little over now. It's real easy to just go, one more try. One more try. Come on, one more try. Now, okay. Since that one was a really, really good attempt, I think we might actually call it there. But I'd like to thank everyone for being here today. We didn't get a whole lot of progress, but we did get a PB, so I'll take that. But we'll be back on Friday. More Celeste. Hopefully I'll be able to maintain a little bit of momentum here. And please take care of yourselves. Bye-bye!